Yo, this is Staff Sergeant Mac. We're sitting here in Denver, Colorado at the Big Green Dow event. We're Unstoppable Growth this year, and you're listening to the Power Plant Podcast with Staff Sergeant Mac. I have
Watkins II.
And Watkins Sr.
Dang, I'm getting double trouble right now. So this is fresh. Good trouble. But give me a second and run me down. Tell me about your organizations and what is your vision for this coming year?
So me and my dad's organization, as well as my rest of my family, the Garden Club Project. Our main goal is to help end childhood hunger and to encourage kids to eat healthier.
Okay. What's the vision for this year?
So continuing to grow out the farm. We were donated an acre of land from one of the community members based on some of the activities that we have been doing in the community.
How long ago was that donation?
So the donation was 2021.
Okay.
Yeah.
Took us a couple of years to really get it up and going. 2023 or 22 actually, we got a grant from the Big Green, and then with help from NCRS, we had half and half, and so we were able to put a high tunnel up on that property, and we just continue to add to it every year. Now we have a in-ground section that we are growing in. That's about 1,800 square feet. The high tunnel itself is about 1,800 square feet, and then coming up this year, we actually have a research project with Central State University, and they're going to be growing on another 1,800 square feet area. So it's a pretty big area, and we're looking forward to being able to erect a structure eventually where we'll be able to grow Tolerios mushrooms, which is how all this really got started.
The lab for the Tiger Farm mushrooms. Is that correct?
Yes. Well, it's going to be a warehouse kind of area where we can expand how many mushrooms we grow and what kind.
Well,
Tiger Mushroom Farms.
Tiger Mushroom Farms. That's the business.
Our listeners, if they haven't looked you up yet, don't understand the fact that you're 16 right now. No. You started when you were 9 years old, correct?
I came up with the idea when I was 6 and started the business when I was 7.
Idea was at 6, business at 9.
7, sorry.
I gotta know, Dad, what?
Oh yeah.
What happened? How?
So I mean,
first off, you putting me to shame right now.
Oh no.
Okay, because I got some teenagers, and none of them talked to me about starting up their own business yet, and that's something that I try to do with my middle schoolers.
Absolutely. I mean, it was all about with our daughter starting out first, and then Tolerio parenting, on purpose, and trying to find that thing that sparked their interest. And then just getting behind it and running,
Yeah.
And just giving them complete support. Kennedy, she's 21 in college now. But she started out in invention conventions, trying to come up with, different ideas to invent new stuff. She actually came up with a brilliant idea that we tried to market. She had gotten almost to the end of the invention convention, and we're still going to go back around.
You gonna patent it? Is it already patented?
It's not patented, but we definitely are considering it. And this was back when she was in elementary school.
That's right.
And so really the idea that she had is what kind of propelled us into getting ready and looking for something for Tolerio to do, because we wanted to raise funds for her patent. And then he came up, with this idea of growing mushrooms at 7, and then we just went all in.
For you as a young person, all the different things that are affecting young people nowadays, man, how did you stay focused, man? Because there's a lot of kiddos out there, they're like, I'm on that. I'm eating Takis and I'm doing my thing. They're worried about the Drake and beef with Lamar, you know what I mean? It's how'd you stay focused like that, G?
I'm still in most of everything that kids are into. But I have my parents to keep me focused when I need to be. I've gotten better at keeping myself focused on important stuff too, business wise. But I usually have my parents behind my back and they push me forward when I get off track.
So the reason why I'm asking you that is because I work in education, the field of education. My wife is the principal of Lake Middle School, and we support a lot of teenagers there, right? How what really helped you spark that and like just rock with it, bro? Like what had you be like, you know what, I'm certain this is what I want to do. I'm going all in. How did you determine that?
Me myself, I determined that by just seeing people. I got to see how my work affected people and their smiles, them being happy with what I was doing and being proud of me like other people. I just made me want to keep doing what I was doing. And like once I start something, I have to finish it. And that's it's like a flaw, but also like I like doing it.
That's fresh, man. That's fresh. So you guys have been here this weekend at this event. You're one of our storytellers, actually. And from your experience being here, the purpose behind it was making sure that folks that are a part of the DAO kind of understand how to utilize it and leverage it, right? How I have to wonder. I'm wondering, what connections did you guys make when you were here? And is there a connection that you made that you foresee there being like fruits coming out of if you follow through? Like, do you see yourself collaborating with some of the folks here? And how do you think you can leverage the DAO to help you in your neck of the woods and collaborate with others?
Mm-hmm. Well, Big Green's already helped us a lot, especially with the high tunnel. I got to meet you, so that's obviously a big highlight. And then everyone else, I want to continue keeping in touch with everybody because I think that I was able to connect with them and their stories. I want to learn more from them and their experiences in life because I'm still young and they're a lot older than me. So they have a lot of wisdom that I believe that they could give me and that I could hopefully share to other people and inspire them with their words or with their experiences.
That's right. Well, I'm inspired, already, dog, from you and from your dad.
Yeah. We've made some really strong connections. We definitely plan on making some visits to some of the different farms that are within our reach. Memphis, Atlanta, some of the farms there that we've connected with, and just got some really strong ideas from some others in terms of. We had a conversation today with a composting.
Are folks from Hawaii?
They are actually from Southern California. I
Okay,
think.
Southern Cali.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And so they do a lot of composting, and just gave us a lot of gems on how to compost, because we were getting ready to get a program of a 3-bin composting system. It's like no. You don't need them bins, them walls in the bins mess up stuff, and so just good ideas. And I think that alone too, just the information that we learned here is definitely going to have an impact on our operation.
That's dope. What's that?
These are the people that showed us the compost Eco Farm Initiative.
Okay, Eco Farm Initiative. Okay, up in the house representing Cali. Jamala's gonna love that. Yeah, he's real big on trying to get Cali on the map, and they're coming. Cali's probably gonna try to overwhelm everybody else, but we got to hold it down. All right, y'all. We can't let Cali take over. No, I'm kidding.
I like Cali.
I love Cali too. So my next question for you: I walk into your garden. What is your garden sign? I've been asking everybody this. What does your garden sign say?
The Garden Club Project.
Well, I mean, not your physical, garden sign. What would a philosophy of yours say? Okay. If I walked into your garden, what would that garden sign say?
I would say it would be. You would be inspired when you walk in because once you have to have the picture of who's doing it, who's participating in the garden, but also it's really in the middle of a community. So once you walk into the garden, you get an immediate sense of community because the reason why the garden's even there is because of the community.
Nice.
Okay.
And I would even say, this is not mine, I'm stealing it, but feeding kids and feeding minds, because we want to teach them how to grow their own food so that they can be more self-sustaining and eat, from the stuff, what inspired Telerio, growing his own food, and then having a chance to eat that inspired them to want to grow some more. So if we can teach these kids how to grow their own food that you grow, you just have a more excitement and fulfillment about when eating it.
Okay. Well, my next question is definitely to you. Doing this work, with your family, where did that all come from? Like, not a lot of folks. Like, I want to say it's daggone near like a generational curse that a lot of families face because a lot of them are broken. Like, I come from a broken family. My pops was not in the scene. I was not getting that type of support from that side of my family. Obviously, my mom was my go-to. She's the GOAT. But what inspired you to do that with your family? Like,
Absolutely. Same. Coming from a broken family, and then growing up through the whole 80s era, but also having, my grandma's actually who raised me, but then outside of my immediate mom and dad family, my uncles, my aunties on both sides had, complete units. And so I had those examples that I saw, and just a better, way of life. All my cousins, those are who I would, hang out with and wanted to be more like. Saw those family units and wanted, a family unit, more like that one than the one I came from. And so just being able to see, those examples in my own life and just put it together in terms of, I didn't know what a daddy was because I didn't know where my daddy was, but, looking at my uncles and being able to just put those pieces together and, figure out what a family unit should be and look like.
Yeah, I know that this may have nothing to do with growing food, but it does. You know what I mean? Like, all life starts in the garden. So I feel that same way with family. You know what I mean? Like, to me, being in the garden is like being at church. You know what I mean? Like, it's such a healing environment. You know what I mean? And to bring in, you started off of a vision of your son in this garden, and then boom, and then it exploded into this thing. That's amazing to me, first off. But my next question is to you, young man. What if you could tell your kiddos about your dad in particular? Obviously, this is a super important thing for me as your host. What would you say about your dad?
I would hype up my dad to a point where they would think he's a superhero. Because one, my dad's an amazing person, and I love him a lot. So if I were to talk to my kids about their grandfather, he would probably come out as being the next Jesus. They would probably think he's like the second they see him, they would be like in awe. You can't see me, but like they would look up at him in awe. Just like a good guy. Like I can't put it into words how amazing my father is.
That's dope, man. Dang. Man, that's fresh, man. So, as I said, the emotions are extremely important. Like, mental health is extremely important. And like, how has that affected you guys? Like, being in the garden, you're helping your community out, because I've heard this multiple times from you, young man, that like you saw the looks on people's faces, you saw the joy, you saw the like how proud folks were looking at you, and then like how do you that's the good side, right? Yeah. But how do you deal with stresses? Because stresses come, man. That's just that's just life in general. How do you both deal with that stress, whether it be the stress of a father or the stress as a young man coming into this space? And now there's, I can't even, Peter Parker's uncle said it best: with great power comes great responsibility. So like, how does that work for you? Because you about the same age Peter Parker was, man. He was 16 when he got his web slinging powers.
One, Spider-Man's my favorite hero, so now that you brought that up. But yeah, I deal with stress with my parents usually. If I'm ever like in a stressful situation, they'll usually deal with it. And if I ever and again, when I say a stressful situation, this is gonna sound egotistical, but I don't feel stress a lot than like other people do. Like when I've been doing this since I was 7 years old.
Yeah.
Standing in front of people, and when I was on my very first in front of an audience, the Steve Harvey show was the first time I was talking in front of an audience.
I'm sorry. Can you say that again? You was on what show?
I was on the Steve Harvey show. And that
Okay.
was my first time. The first time I've ever been in front of an audience. I was on TV, and I didn't feel stressed or nervous about it. And so I just kept that same, like, I'm going to impress them anyway. And again, that sounds cocky and egotistical, and I don't want to sound like that, but like I just don't feel.
No, you sound
those
confident.
situations.
That's good.
I don't be in those situations, but
That
my
sounds
parents
great.
help me.
Right on. Right on. Dad.
Yeah. And so we started the farm in 2020, the height of the pandemic, and honestly, it was a little tiny strip of dirt that we went out and what do you call it?
Tilling it.
Tilled
Yes.
this little strip, man. And I literally being able to get out of the house. It was just us, the four of us, our family. And we were just being able to be out there, outdoors, when everybody was locked inside. And
Yeah.
that was our opportunity, to get out of the house and be in the garden. And that was stress relieving.
moment.
You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
and that was
So-
a very stressful moment.
Absolutely.
I want to say this is maybe like the third or fourth time we talked about how COVID affected us in our certain regions of the world. So like this is great, man. Like hearing you and how you took your family out of the house, and then there was purpose within
yeah.
it, but it was extremely stress relieving.
Yeah, absolutely. Just connecting back to the dirt, and you don't even know, because we had a little gardening at the house, but not like what we were getting ready to do. And so just being out there and being able to get outdoors, work in the soil, have your family with you and around. That was stress relieving. And then just being able to go, the stress of farming now and having a whole garden that you got to get out there, but still, digging in that dirt, man, is still stress relieving. So absolutely love it.
That's fresh, man. Yo, I just want to say, how in the world can folks get involved? How can we contact y'all? How can we be fans? You know what I mean? Like, what can we do? Can we donate? Let us know.
TheGardenClubProject.com, also
.org.
sorry. And Tiger Mushroom Farms. Just look that up on like any search engine, and you'll find out everything you need to know. Or my name, Talaria Watkins. I'm famous. So
There's that confidence right there,
Right, definitely.
coming right at you. Well, again, I really appreciate you guys coming in and sit down with us. I know we had to trim this thing down a little bit, but I don't want this to end. Let us link up again, man, because there's a lot of stuff that I want to pick your guys' brains about, especially, one about growing fungus, which is I'm trying to learn how to do that. I was a student of Gardopia, and I'm definitely down to see what the Tiger Farm has to offer when it comes to mushrooms. But thank you for sitting down, man. Like, let's continue to talk. Let's continue to get involved with each other. Follow through is going to be our stress test of the Dow right now. We like those connections that y'all made with the folks out there in California. Like, follow through with that, please. And let's grow this thing. There is no, your hand is on the wheel of driving this thing. Okay.
Absolutely.
Like, I don't want that to leave you. You know what I mean? Even though we have a committee that is steering some things, but like it's all of our hands on that wheel, and you have a say so in it.
Awesome.
All right. I'm Staff Sergeant Mac.
Talaria Watkins II.
Talaria Watkins Sr.
A double dragon. We'll see you next time.